Well, good morning, everyone. Today is Tuesday, December 23rd, 2025, and we're here this morning for our Administrative Matters meeting. I call this meeting to order, and we'll begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Good morning, everyone. I'm Kristen Stevens, Chair of the Board of County Commissioners. With me are my fellow commissioners, Commissioner Jody Shattuck McNally and Commissioner John Kafalis. To my right from the clerk's office, we have Diane Cheney helping us with record keeping. We have our county manager, Lorinda Volker, Tom Clayton from Public Affairs, and Sarah Martin from the Commissioner's office. We usually begin with public comment. There is no one in the audience for public comment this morning. Sarah, was there anyone who wanted to call in with public comment?
No, Commissioner.
Okay, we will we will close public comment then for the day. We'll remind people that you can send us an email, give us a phone call, or we won't be having this meeting next week, but the following week you can join us for public comment. Now we'll move on to approval of the minutes. Commissioner Shattuck McNally, will you make that motion, please?
Certainly, Madam Chair. I move to approve the minutes for the week of December 15th, 2025.
Thank you. There's a motion on the table. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That motion passes 3-0. And we'll move to Sarah for our upcoming schedule review.
This is the Commissioner's schedule for December 29th through January 2nd. On Monday, December 29th through Wednesday, December 31st, there will be an open schedule. And on Thursday, January 1st through Friday, January 2nd, county offices will be closed in observance of the New Year's holiday. And this is the Commissioner's schedule for January 5th through January 10th, 2026. On Monday, January 5th, from 2:15 p.m. to 2:30 p.m., Commissioners will participate in the virtual Community Advisory Board interviews discussion. On Tuesday, January 6th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., there will be an Administrative Matters meeting in the hearing room on the first floor. From 1:30 p.m. to 3 p.m., there will be administrative direction to county management in the Sprague Lake Conference Room on the second floor. On Wednesday, January 7th, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., Commissioner Stevens may attend the Extension Advisory Committee meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at 1525 Blue Spruce Drive in Fort Collins or virtually via Zoom. From 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may attend the State Emergency Medical and Trauma Services Advisory Council Committee's meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment at 4300 Cherry Creek South Drive in Denver, or virtually via Zoom. From 1 p.m. to 2 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may participate in the virtual Regional Opioid Abatement Council Learning Forum. From 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may participate in the virtual Highway 34 Coalition meeting. From 6 p.m. to 6:30 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may attend the High Plains Boulevard Coalition meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at the Southwest Weld County Service Center at 4209 Weld County Road 24.5 in Longmont, or virtually via Microsoft Teams. From 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may attend the North Interstate 25 Coalition meeting at the Southwest Weld County Service Center at 4209 Weld County Road 24.5 in Longmont. On Thursday, January 8th, from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., Commissioners may participate in the virtual Counties and Commissioners Acting Together Governing Board meeting. From 8:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., Commissioner Stevens may participate in the virtual Statewide Transportation Advisory Council meeting. From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may participate in the virtual State Emergency Medical and Trauma Services Advisory Council meeting. From 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may attend the Office on Aging Advisory Council meeting. It's a hybrid meeting. In person, it will be at 200 Peridot Avenue in Loveland or virtually via Zoom. From 3 p.m. to 4 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may participate in the virtual Fort Collins Urban Renewal Authority Finance Committee meeting. From 3 p.m. to 4:30 p.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may participate in the virtual Larimer County Interagency Oversight Group meeting. From 4:30 p.m. to 5:30 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may participate in the virtual Go No Co 34 Transportation Management Organization. From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., Commissioner Stevens may participate in the virtual North Front Range Metropolitan Planning Organization Transportation Planning Council meeting. On Friday, January 9th, from 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m., Commissioner Shattuck McNally may participate in the virtual State Forest Health Council Legislative Committee meeting. From 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m., Commissioner Kafalis will participate in the virtual State Board of Human Services meeting. From 11:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., Commissioners may participate in the virtual Counties and Commissioners Acting Together Housing and Transportation meeting. On Saturday, January 10th, from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m., Commissioner Kafalis will host a community conversation for the LaPorte community at Mio Mai Pai at 3310 West County Road 54G in LaPorte. Topic of discussion will be announced prior to the meeting.
Thank you, Sarah. Commissioners, any changes to your schedule? Commissioner Kafalis?
Thank you, Madam Chair, colleagues. Thanks, Sarah. Can anyone offer some clarification regarding the entry Monday, January 5th? It says 2:15 to 2:30. Community Advisory Board interview discussion. That's a 15-minute block of time. I thought we were doing interviews as well.
The interviews are before that, and then just the discussion part is public on the schedule.
Thank you for clarifying. That's all.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Shattuck McNally?
I don't have any changes at this time, Madam Chair.
Thank you. I have a couple changes, Sarah. On the Thursday, January 8th, the Urban Renewal Authority meeting at 3 p.m. was canceled, but I do have a NACO transportation meeting from 12 to 12:30 that was added. And I believe that is everything. Thank you. All right, so we will move on to our consent agenda. It's relatively short today. We have 3 agreements on the consent agenda. The first is bid number 2510 for guardrail installations at County Road 56, County Road 74E, and County Road 38E. The total dollar amount for those are approximately $277,000. We have a State of Colorado intergovernmental agreement, Aquatic Nuisance Species Program Amendment Number 3. This is a program that provides funding for Larimer County's Department of Natural Resources Aquatic Nuisance Species Program, and this is a recurring contract since 2009. The total dollar amount is $350,000. And finally, bid number 2518. This is a contract award for the Timnath Pedestrian Trail Fence, and the total dollar amount is $1,121,025. We have 7 appointments. The first is a midterm appointment to the Flood Review Board. Excuse me, for James Darrow. That's an appointment that will run through, excuse me, June 30th, 2028. A Fox Ridge Estates Public Improvement District appointment for Mark Rochkind for a term that will end November 30th, 2029. A midterm appointment to the Mountain Range Shadows Public Improvement District for Sharice Mariani for a term that will end November 30th, 2028. A recommended appointment to the Venner Ranch Estates General Improvement District for Edward Nelson for a term that will end November 30th, 2029. An appointment to the Venner Ranch Estates General Improvement District for Jeffrey Robbins for a term that will end November 30th, 2029. An appointment to the Riviera Estates Public Improvement District for Dave Gindel for a term ending November 30th, 2029. And finally, a appointment to the Little Thompson Public Improvement District for Kim Banker, Ryan Burrows, Jonathan Wilson, all with terms ending November 30th, 2029. We have 3 liquor licenses. First is Odell Golf LLC, doing business as Mountain Vista Greens outside of Fort Collins. That's an optional premise license. Findings in order for Farm Fusion, that is an entertainment facility liquor license, and a liquor license report of changes for Ptarmigan Country Club, and that is a hotel and restaurant license. We have 13 miscellaneous items, 10 of which are stipulations as to tax year 2025 value, and you can find more information about those on our website. Our 11th item on the miscellaneous item is a disposition of certificates held by counties. This was submitted by our Irene Josie, our treasurer and public trustee. And it's the duty of the treasurer at least once a year to prepare and present at any regular meeting of the Board of County Commissioners a list of all tax liens on real property struck off to the county and all certificates of sale relating thereto, which certificates have been held by the county for 3 years or more without obtaining a deed or being otherwise disposed of under this Article 11. We have a number 12 item is a maintenance bond. This is requesting approval of a maintenance bond in the sum of $31,151.81. Excuse me. This bond is furnished by HT Land Partners to the Board of County Commissioners. The purpose of this maintenance bond is to warrant all improvements required to be constructed pursuant to the River Subdivision Filing 1 Development Agreement. And then finally, under miscellaneous, updated warranty memorandum for River Subdivision Filing 1, file number 22, Land 4255, and this requests approval of the updated warranty memorandum between the Board of County Commissioners and HT Land Partners. We have one policy, which is a human resources policy for corrective and adverse actions, a grievance procedure, and problem-solving process. We have two resolutions. The first is a resolution regarding deposit of 2026 funds by our county treasurer, Irene Josie. The second is a resolution canceling 2023 taxes determined to be uncollectible. This is an annual resolution canceling 2023 mobile home and personal property taxes determined to be uncollectible by the county treasurer in accordance with Colorado Revised Statutes 3910, 114.2a. And the total dollar amount of this is $227,873.71. And that is it for the consent agenda. Would either commissioner want to remove anything from the consent agenda? All right. No heads nodding yes. So I will ask Commissioner Kafalis to make a motion for this item.
Yes, Madam Chair, thanks. I move to approve the consent agenda for December 23rd, 2025.
Thank you, Commissioner. There's a motion on the table. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 That motion passes 3-0. I don't believe we have any guests this morning, although we have someone from the Sheriff's Office who's with us, and welcome. So we also have no discussion items this morning, so we will move on to our county manager update.
Thank you, Commissioners. In the spirit of the meeting, I will keep it very brief. I do a lot of internal coordination, and you can imagine as the year end came, there was a lot of that going on last week. A little bit of external coordination. I met with Sheriff John Fayen, and I met with Coroner Stephen Hanks. Those are regular meetings that we have, and it was great to wrap up the year with those two. And then we all participated in the Larimer County Legislative Roundtable meeting, and I know you'll mention it as well, but just a special thank you to the staff that set that up and to the legislators who came, their staff members who came. Those are really important discussions for communities to have with our both federal delegation and our state folks. So thank you to the teams that worked to get that put together. And happy holidays to everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Lorinda. Any questions or comments for Lorinda? Thank you, Lorinda. And you're absolutely right. That meeting with our legislators was really valuable and really good for them to understand sort of some of the challenges we're dealing with as a county. So time very well spent, and we thank our legislators for joining us. With that, I will move on to our county commissioner activity reports, and we'll start with Commissioner Shattuck McNally.
Thanks, Madam Chair. So I just want to start with last week. We appreciate the invitation to join the governor at Oak 140, and he also walked downtown a little bit and visited closed horse Pony Clothes Horse. What's the name of that, Madam Chair?
Closed pony and dandelion
Yeah,
toys.
Clothes Pony and Dandelion. And then, so that was fun. And we got to meet that store's bunny, resident bunny inside the store. That was really a lot of fun. And it was great to have those conversations with our partners at Fort Collins, soon counselors elect and also current counselors. And it was great conversation about some of the successful partnerships like Oak 140 that we were a part of, and appreciated being invited and have that opportunity to talk to the governor and his staff. And then I believe Commissioner Stevens was also on, but we had a talent pipeline report launch event with from the state, and I found a lot of that data very interesting, and seeing how some of the top jobs and the careers and also some of the numbers were very intriguing, which led me to more questions. So I'm hoping someday I can sit down and ask some more questions from some of those folks. And then we had the Ranger Brennan Unit Awards, which was very meaningful, and appreciate all the staff that showed up. And we'll look forward to continuing those awards. They're meaningful to us to honor our wonderful who died in the line of duty for Ranger Brennan Unit. It's a very meaningful, important award, and I thank Katie, his mom, for coming, and the DNR staff that came to sit with her and support her. It's really important to kind of keep that spirit of his alive. I appreciate that. I went to the DNR open house at the DNR admin building, which was very full house, very joyful. Appreciate the warm welcome. It's great to wish them all a happy holiday and thank them for their work, especially since they're still working outside and the wind and all those things that I'm sure it's been a real challenge the last week. And then I had some coffee with some legislators to talk about some bills and some things coming forward. It was great to have that time to sit one-on-one and have conversations. We had the Big Thompson Watershed Health Partnership, which is still working on lining up priorities and looking at some of the data that have received. I just really appreciate the community-driven data approach that they bring. And then I joined them for a holiday celebration afterwards, which was great to just get to talk to people one-on-one, all the way from the Nature Conservancy to Amali from our Conservation Corps to Big Thompson Watershed Coalition and folks from the State Forest Service. So just really a nice group, and it was great just to thank them for their work. And then we had our Community Advisory Board meeting. And so that was fun. It was kind of they got to review their year of all the things they've accomplished, talk about maybe our work plan, and it was meaningful. I think they went back and looked at some of the things they've done, and that was always nice to reflect back on what has been accomplished. And then you're like, wow, where'd the year go? We got a lot done. So that was really important, I think, to always share that with them. And then again, like you mentioned, Madam Chair, we had the legislative roundtable. I want to thank for our federal partners, the staff, and we had folks from Senator Bennett's office and Congresswoman Boebert's office, and we had all of our not all, but most of our state legislators there, our state reps and state senators, and I thought it was a good conversation and kind of sharing what everyone's working on. So that was important. I agree with you. We appreciate everyone coming. And then being on the board now of Visit Estes Park, we had a monthly regular board directors meeting. We're still trying to find times that works for everyone. And then the new CEO is our really first meeting, I think, as our second one as CEO. So we approved some budgets and some changes, and we're working on approved the thing that was due by the new IGA that we all signed off along with the town for the new marketing committee and the terms and how that's structured and what it looks like. And so that was important to get that done because that was due by the 31st of December. And then we just approved some things for interim until next year when we can really start making some changes with the new CEO, Sarah Leonard. And then I went to the Loveland menorah lighting with Rob Gorlick, and was well attended, a large crowd. Luckily, there was just a little bit of wind when we had such a windy day the day before. And it was a nice temperature for everyone, not to be freezing, but it was some really good, meaningful speeches and time, and I appreciate the invitation. So that was really good. We had our legislative committee, with the Forest Health Council that I chair, and we're still moving forward. We're getting very close to proving our 2027 legislative priorities, which we already submitted our 2026. I think both of them are already grafted as bills for next year for the 2026 session, but we're leaving a big placeholder because we do believe there will be some legislation and movement for the pine beetle outbreak and the urgent 5-alarm kind of urgency on this outbreak that we need to take some action to save our forests because it is a little devastating, especially when we see our partners and colleagues in counties to the south are seeing some pretty devastating results from that. We had spent some time talking about the master plan for the ranch with staff, and then I think yesterday it was just a day of trying to catch up and meet with other folks. But we did have a SEMTAC policy and finance meeting that was put on. We had some voting to do on allocations for the regional, the RETACs they call them, and that was interesting to be in that long meeting. But at the same time, I was also volunteering with my colleagues at the Rescue Mission Christmas banquet, and thanks to Seth Forward and all his staff and all of us that volunteered. It was great to just get a chance to give back a little bit before the holiday. And it was very warm and welcoming, and I'm really grateful for the opportunity to give back to the community. That's all I have. And I wish everyone just a wonderful holiday. I hope that you'll spend time with those you love. And for those who might have some mixed feelings, or maybe the holidays are very stressful, I really hope that you'll know call a friend. There's also some things on the behavioral health website, some 988 is a good line, and just make sure you reach out to those friends or coworkers or someone if you just have some feelings that are making you feeling a little heavy for the holidays. There's a lot going on and a lot to think about, and I just hope everyone gets to spend some time with their friends and family, those that they love, and that they find some peace and joy and some warmth this holiday. And I wish you all the best. We'll see you next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Cavalis, go ahead.
Thank you. I attended various things in the community, including some that Commissioner Shattuck McNally mentioned. So I'm grateful when we can work together to represent the county. So want to acknowledge that. And one event that I'll mention that wasn't already mentioned, and that is the Dance Express. They are a modern dance troupe that involves people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and people with other kinds of abilities. But they were officially named a legend in dance. They were named a legend in dance in Colorado by the Denver University Dance Archive. In any event, on Tuesday night they had their holiday suites performance at the Lincoln Center Magnolia Theater, and they've been around for 30 or 40 years, the same artistic director, and they do some amazing and wonderful and beautiful things. I wanted to acknowledge them. And then just in closing, this is a time of year when I think it's important for us to pause, take some deep breaths, spend time with family. Gratitude is really important. I remember somewhere there was I think it was a rabbi who said that each day we should embrace each day as if it was our first day, like when we're first born, as well as our last day when it's time to go on. And I think that's very powerful. So just a lot of gratitude for you folks, for that fellow back there, and to wish everyone happy, healthy, blessed holidays. Glad the days are getting longer now. Yay.
Thank you, Commissioner, and thank you, Commissioner Shattuck McNally. I appreciate your reflections. It's been a good year, and it's also been a challenging year, and so it's good to sort of reflect and give that gratitude. I attended a lot of these similar events, so I won't go on, but just say that just really a lot of gratitude for our staff, because they make us look good. They show up every day despite all the challenges and help us do our work better, and so we're grateful for them. In the menorah lighting, I think that one of that the commissioners all attended, some version of the menorah lighting in the past week, and now that Hanukkah's over, we hope that the Jewish community had a good Hanukkah. But one of the things that the rabbi said was, that light always dispels darkness. And so I think with some of the challenges that we faced and some of the maybe darkness we've seen, whether that was Bondi Beach or other incidences that happened this year, I truly believe that light does dispel darkness. And so we'll keep that thought into the new year. We'll have a fresh set of challenges and a fresh new legislative session in the new year. But for now, we'll just take the time to relax and think back on all the great things that happened in the last year. And I just thank the public for engaging with us this year, and all the people that volunteer for the county as well. You make the county a better place, and you make our jobs better and easier. So for that giving spirit, we're grateful. So with that, I hope everybody has a great New Year. Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. And thank you, Commissioner Shannon McNally, for reminding us that there are services for people who are struggling a little bit this season. But we hope you have a great year, and we will see you in the new year. With that, we are adjourned. Thank you.